The story of the 1938 World Cup. The 1938 FIFA World Cup was the final tournament before the world descended into war, and it stands today as one of the most dramatic and politically charged events in football history. Hosted by France, the Third World Cup brought together great teams, rising stars, and deep political tensions that echoed across Europe. It was a tournament of bold football, unforgettable personalities, and decisions that changed the future of the sport. After the success and controversy of the 1934 World Cup in Italy, FIFA believed it had found a working formula. The tournament would remain a 16-team knockout competition with replays in case of a draw. But the biggest change came in selecting the host. Many South American nations expected FIFA to return the competition to their continent, maintaining the unofficial rotation between Europe and the Americas. Instead, FIFA chose France, a decision that infuriated Uruguay and Argentina. Both nations boycotted the tournament, marking another chapter of political frustration in the early years of the World Cup. The world in 1938 was tense and unstable. Nazi Germany had annexed Austria only months before the tournament began. Spain was torn apart by civil war, and across Europe, fears of another major conflict were rising. These tensions shaped the tournament before a ball was even kicked. Austria, having been absorbed into Germany, was forced to withdraw. Several of Austria's best players were pressured to join the German squad, unsettling both nations and creating an uneasy atmosphere around the team. Meanwhile, Spain, consumed by civil war, could not take part. The absence of these strong football nations changed the complexion of the tournament, allowing new talents and smaller countries to step into the spotlight. Italy arrived as defending champions under their celebrated manager Vittorio Pozzo. They were confident, experienced, and determined to prove that their success in 1934 was no fluke. Pozzo's disciplined tactics and strong leadership shaped one of the most formidable squads in early World Cup history. The team featured legendary forward Giuseppe Meazza, still a global icon even if past his physical peak, as well as the powerful striker Silvio Piola, whose goals and energy would define Italy's campaign. Winger Gino Colausi added flair and finishing, while their defense remained one of the most organized in world football. Hungary also entered the tournament with high expectations. They were technically brilliant, fast, and tactically sophisticated. Their star players, including the elegant forward György Sarosi and the skillful attacker Gyula Zengeler, made Hungary one of the most feared sides in the competition. Brazil, too, brought a talented and unpredictable squad, led by the electrifying Leonidas da Silva, a player whose creativity and athleticism earned him the nickname the Black Diamond. His performances would captivate the world. The tournament began with a burst of excitement. One of the most iconic matches came immediately. Brazil's extraordinary 6-5 victory over Poland, a wild, rain-soaked contest that featured 11 goals, a hat trick from Leonidas, and players slipping, sliding, and even losing their boots in the mud. It quickly became one of the most memorable games in World Cup history. Elsewhere, Cuba surprised many by defeating Romania in a replay, achieving their first and only World Cup victory. Germany struggled to blend their squad with the newly added Austrian players and were eliminated early by Switzerland in a replay, a symbolic moment given the political backdrop of the time. Italy's journey through the tournament was strong but controversial. Their quarter-final match against France drew intense criticism because Italy arrived wearing all-black kits, a color associated with Mussolini's fascist regime. Many saw it as a political statement. The French crowd greeted the Italian team with whistles and hostility, but Italy performed well and secured a 3-1 victory, advancing to the next round. Brazil and Czechoslovakia also delivered one of the fiercest confrontations in the tournament. Their quarterfinal ended in a heated draw, leading to a replay filled with fouls, injuries, and tense exchanges. Brazil eventually prevailed, but the match left lasting marks on both squads. In the semifinals, Italy faced Brazil in one of the most anticipated clashes of the tournament. In a surprising decision, Brazil rested their star forward Leonidas da Silva, aiming to save him for the final. but the gamble backfired. Italy controlled the match and defeated Brazil 2-1, ending the South Americans' hopes of reaching their first final. It remains one of the most debated tactical choices in early World Cup history. Hungary, meanwhile, displayed their skill and efficiency with a dominant 5-1 victory over Sweden in the other semi-final. Their clean passing, fluid attack, and disciplined structure made them look like worthy finalists. The final between Italy and Hungary took place in Paris at the Stade Olympique de Colombes. A match began at a frenetic pace. Italy scored within the first minute through Gino Colausi, stunning the Hungarian defense. Hungary quickly equalized through Paul Titkos, but the match continued to swing back and forth with relentless energy. Silvio Piola and Colausi combined brilliantly, and Italy pulled ahead again. Although Hungary fought bravely and scored once more, Italy maintained their advantage. The match ended 4-2, giving Italy their second consecutive World Cup title under Vittorio Pozzo, a feat unmatched by any other manager in football history. The 1938 World Cup left a profound legacy. It cemented Italy as the dominant football nation of the pre-war era and showcased the rise of Brazil as a future global powerhouse. It also marked the last appearance of several nations before a long and tragic interruption. Just 1 year later, World War II began, and the World Cup disappeared for 12 years. Many players who shined in 1938 would never play on the world stage again. The Third World Cup is remembered today not only for its football, but for its powerful reflection of its time. It captured a world on the brink of conflict, where politics, identity, and national pride shaped every match. Yet, despite the tensions, the tournament delivered extraordinary talent, unforgettable stories, and a final chapter of pre-war football history that continues to fascinate fans around the globe.